All right, hello class. My name is Caroline Denham, and today I will be presenting the effects of rising ocean acidification on calcifying marine life. To begin, we must realize the current problem of increasing CO2 levels in the oceans. Water with high carbon levels have effects on what is living in it. Common knowledge, especially calcifiers who rely on their exoskeletons for protection. Everything associates with the greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. The effects on marine life could also drastically change food webs, meaning that there would be a shift in these community outlines and different creatures within these communities. It is difficult trying to get accurate data on the effects of carbonate chemistry only because there are many other aspects at play in order to replicate what an ecosystem is composed of, like certain levels of salinity and just other things that are in water, like nitrate levels and everything else. CO2 background. Since the start of the Industrial Revolution, CO2 levels being released into the atmosphere have skyrocketed. Our oceans are a majority of this, they store a majority of this carbon within the oceans. Some places are more concentrated than others. But to properly study these effects, most experiments were recorded in a lab where the conditions can be controlled as well as monitored, and they can just sort of implement what they need in order to get the results. This can isolate specifically the effects of CO2 from different environmental factors. Affected species. Not only acidification, but the rising ocean temperature as well also adds to the stress of marine life. It is expected that due to these conditions, certain ecosystems will drastically change over time. It may take some time, but things will be different if something isn't done soon. There will be changes in community photosynthesis, respiration, light calcification, as well as dark calcification. One species observed was the Acropora digitifera, which is a type of coral. The frequency and severity of the disturbances affecting coral reefs is increasing, and the sclerotinia coral cover is now often well below 30%, which is very sad to see because this coral is very important in ecosystems. Now here's a few pictures. I know it's a little blurry, but it came from the article itself, from the Noonan 2018 article. A, B, C are sediment tiles from the control site, while D, E, and F are sites that were placed in deep volcanic places by near CO2 vents. But you can kind of see the difference in colors and overall growth of the coral. Other marine life stages. Now this is a meta-analysis. Over in the right corner is an ANOVA that was created over the recorded days. There was different levels of pH over these certain days. Now there's also on the bottom left is a histogram where there's survivorship by pH levels, and it shows you the days of 3 and 7. In the top corner is the P values and just goes by day and pH. Oxygen consumption overall. Yeah, there's the data. Results. It was found that the larval form of certain coral species are very vulnerable to changes in water. There's a noticeable impairment in metamorphosis due to the pH levels. It was statistically significant, showing that there is in fact an impact in the physiology of the larvae, which in end could cause the resilience of coral communities to decrease because of the survivorship not being very high. And that is all. Thank you for listening. If we change, we can save lives, specifically marine lives. I believe that we can stand and make a difference because what we get a lot of our food and just everything from the ocean, we're surrounded by it. We cannot ignore this problem. Here's my works cited. Again, thank you very much.